Warning: the following game contains content that may not be suitable for all audiences. Gamer discretion is advised. Oh, hey. Sorry about that. I'm just working on my resume there. You know, sometimes it's a good idea to freshen up your resume every once in a while with whatever new experiences that you have been having in whatever line of work that you've been doing. So it's always a good idea to go ahead and get those on there so that way you're not scrambling when the current job goes away for whatever reason that is. So what if I said there was a game that was all about making up your resume and going for job interviews? Doesn't that sound like fun? No, that sounds horrible. That sounds terrifying and does not sound like fun. But trust me, this one is. This one is Fun Employed. So Fun Employed is trying to get some quirky jobs with some really odd qualifications. So let me show you how the game works. First of all, you're going to have the job deck. Whoever is the interviewer will pull a random card off of the top of this deck, and that'll be the job that everybody's going for. Everybody else will be dealing with this massive pile of cards. Let me just show you for perspective's sake just how big that is. Put a card there. This is a giant stack of cards. The fun thing is when you pull this out of the box, you just give us the one point and be like, here, shuffle these, and just watch them glaze over in confusion. What I usually do is I usually divvy this out between all the players and give them a little stack and say, here, shuffle these, and then we'll stick them on top in a random order, just so that there was some kind of randomization with this giant stack. So set these off to the side here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to find the My Job card that is most likely probably mixed into the Fun Employed deck, to the job deck. So you will find this card, you'll place that face down, and then you're going to grab 10 random job cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So once you have those cards, you're going to take the My Job card and shuffle that into those 10. So quick little shuffle. You're going to place that face down onto the table, and then you're going to grab 5 more cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, from the already shuffled jobs deck. You're going to place that on top. So what this does, this ensures the game will go at least 5 rounds, because you have 5 on top that are for sure, but then you could go a total of 16 rounds depending on where that My Job card is. When the My Job card comes up, whoever is the interviewer for that round will say this is the last round, and you'll be going for whatever that person's specific job is. Once you have that deck set up, you can go ahead and you can put the rest of the cards back into the box. Then you grab the massive pile. Every player is going to get a hand of 4 cards. So however you want to divvy those out. So I have my 4 cards here. And let's see what I got. Just so you can see what I have in my hand. I have Candy, I have Sheltered, I have Online Degree, and Monocle. So this is going to be my resume. And I'm going to be able to change this out in just a second, just in case it doesn't fit what the type of job is that I'm going to be going for. So then, what I usually do is, we're usually playing with a lot of people, so I usually take this deck and split it in half-ish. And then you're going to put out 10 qualifications in the middle of the table for everybody to see. So we have Crystal Ball, Cavity, Can't Lie, Beard, always a great, really important thing to have for a job interview, Unstable, $1, Insatiable, Apples, Red Light, and Piercing. So once that is laid out and everybody has their hand of 4 cards, whoever is going to be the interviewer will go ahead and flip over the top card and announce what job everybody is going for. Once that flips over, what you can do is you can take a card from your hand and replace it with a single card that is on the table. Now, you can't pull a card and hold it into your hand before you decide what you want to pull. You have to exchange one for one. You can't pull two and decide on one. It must be just one for one. And everybody's doing this at the same time. Once everybody is satisfied with their hand, they're going to say, okay, I'm done. And once everybody is done, then you go ahead and start interviewing for the job. So let's see what the first job is. We are interviewing for a secret agent. So let's see what I have here. I have Candy, Sheltered, Online Degree, and Monocle. You know, some of those are pretty good, but let's see what else I got out here. Do you know what? I like beards. So let's go ahead and grab a beard, and let's get rid of Sheltered. So Sheltered goes back, and I pull beard. Now, somebody else can grab Sheltered if they want to. They don't know what I have in my hand, so they don't know what I'm building here. So, of everything else out here, you know, I think I kind of like what I have here. So I'm just going to stop there with just that one exchange. You can exchange all of your cards multiple times if you want to, because if somebody drops something like, ooh, that's perfect, why didn't you take that one? And you go ahead and grab that. So now, one by one, each person is going to go ahead and interview for the job. So let me switch the camera around, and I will interview for a secret agent. Hello, I see that you're looking for a secret agent. Well, I am the best person for this job. Just so you know, I did a graduate spy school. I graduated with an online degree, so I didn't bother going to any super fancy university. I did it all at home, but I learned just as good as anybody else possibly could. If you haven't noticed, I do have a full beard. You can't always see it, but this is a very luscious beard. You know, not everybody can grow such a beautiful beard, but I do have that. And that distracts people, because people are like, ooh, look at the guy with that beard. He's pretty awesome. They wouldn't think that the guy with the beard is a secret agent. They would not. Next up, sometimes I do employ a monocle. Now, I don't like wearing full glasses, but a monocle makes you look very distinguished. I see all these clues here with this monocle. It actually has several things inside of it. It has X-ray vision, it has night vision, and it can also make a really mean cappuccino. Very, very good for the secret agent. And lastly, sometimes you have to go into different sorts of situations. You never know what you need. But I always have some candy on hand because, you know, you always want a piece of candy, so that'll be my thing. Not a lollipop like that Columbo guy or anything like that. This is just a piece of candy. So once everybody has gone ahead and done their spiel for all of their items, the person who is doing the interview will go ahead and award this to whoever they feel is the best candidate for the job. Then whoever receives it will take it into their player area and place it face down or face, it doesn't really matter how you place it, but just place it in one pile. So that way you can't see how many cards everybody else has. And you can kind of lie about how many cards you have if you really, really wanted to. Then you go on to the next player. That next player is going to become the new job interviewer. Everybody will discard their cards, and everybody will draw a new hand of 4 cards. So everybody grabs a new hand of 4 cards, and you go ahead and you start a new round. So you will go ahead and continue playing that way for several rounds until you get to the My Job card. Once you've done the My Job card and that card has been awarded, whoever has the most jobs in their area is the winner of the game. Now, one thing my group likes to do is they like to do the running late variant. The running late variant is inside the instructions, and what you're going to do is you're going to get 4 cards. You're not going to look at those cards, and you don't get to pick cards from the middle of the table. Those cards are what you have, and you are stuck with those, and you have to figure out how to make those work for the job. So what we like to do is we like to go 3 or 4 rounds with just the regular setup. Then we'll go ahead and we'll discard all the cards from the middle of the table and do a running late round, just to kind of freshen things up and make it a little bit more interesting. So let's go ahead and do one of those running late rounds right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shuffle up these cards. I don't know what I'm going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is my resume. I am now stuck with that. And we are looking for a superhero. Well, you're looking for a superhero. I am the superest of superheroes, and I will tell you why. Because I have night vision. You know, I can see in almost total darkness. As long as it's night, I can see. Unfortunately, in the daytime, I can't really see that well. I kind of have to wear some weird glasses and stuff. But at night, I can see perfectly, and I can see the villains doing evil things. Also, well, heavy flow. It's one of my rare superpowers. It only comes once a month, but usually the bad guys will stay away when the flow arrives. But don't worry about that. That was last week. So I'll tell you what else that I have. Buddhism. I am a Buddhist, so I really don't like violence that much. So I'll see the guy and I might tell him, you know, hey, don't do that thing, don't do that. But I'm not really going to be one to like karate chop and I'm not going to kill anybody. Definitely, that's not going to happen. You know, I think that he can become a better person. And lastly, to make me your superhero of your dreams, unfortunately, my dreams aren't that good because I have night terrors. So, but luckily I don't sleep at night. I sleep during the day. So, this is just, well, night terrors. My screams can be heard from miles, and it will scare away any evildoers. Wow. But that is fun employed.
This program is part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Find more at pncn.rocks, where all the geeks come to play.
This game has been a huge, huge hit with my group. They all love it. I bring it to almost every game night that I know that new people are going to be there, or that we're just going to be able to play a really big game of this. The box says 3+ players. I have played this with, I think, 8 players at the most, but you can definitely play with a really big group. I wouldn't go super huge because then you got to wait for everybody to do their stories, but we have ended up in tears laughing so hard about some of the situations that come up. Now, as you saw at the very beginning of the video, and with my little example right there, that there are some maybe risque cards that are in this game, so I would be wary when you play this with kids. The box is 13 and up. If I'm playing with anybody that is maybe under 17, that I might go through some of the cards and kind of vet some of them and take some of these cards out just to make it a little bit more family friendly. But this game is so much fun. I definitely highly, highly recommend this game. Now, some people might compare this game to Cards Against Humanity. Now, while it kind of does a similar thing, I like this much, much better. Because with this style of game, you are actually in charge of the story. You are the one making up the story of what's going on with these cards. You're the one interpreting these cards however you want to. Whereas Cards Against Humanity, the cards themselves are the humor. The card you put on the card, you read it, and you're done with it. You don't build a story around it. You don't say anything about it. You just give that card to whoever is in charge of that round. They read it, everybody laughs, and then you move on. With this game, you're in charge of creating some type of resume and trying to figure out how to make all of your cards synergize, which I like this much better. I like being able to tell a story with what I have, and that's why this game is so much better. So I will have a link down below for more information where you can find this game. Definitely look this up. Highly recommended from me. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I am a member of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network, so you can go ahead and go to pncn.rocks to find out more information about some of the other people that are inside the network. I'm also going to have a link down below for the Docking Bay 94 podcast, so that way you can give them a listen and hear some of the cool interviews that they do with some of the people that are in the board game industry. And for myself, I have my Patreon link right over there. Is it over there? It's over there? As for myself, I have my Patreon link right over there, along with my subscribe button. You can click that to subscribe or click to my Patreon to go right over there and help donate to Cloak and Meeple. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again.